Hi, this is Helena Hart, and in this video I wanted to talk about what to do if a man isn't contacting you right now. This is such a common situation. It's probably one of the #1 questions I get from women here in my community, and we've all been there, right? I've certainly been in that situation before myself. So I know how confusing and frustrating and painful it can be when the man you love or the man you were starting to develop feelings for suddenly pulls away without warning. Or even if you've been with a man for years, sometimes they can act distant and start withdrawing, and it's hard to know what to do in that situation. So hopefully this video will be helpful for you if this is something you're going through right now. But before I get started, if you're new to my channel, click the button to subscribe to get all of my latest videos. So there are 3 things I want you to do if you're in this situation where a man isn't contacting you right now that will hopefully help his energy start coming back towards you again, or help you feel so strong and secure within yourself that you can move on to attract a man who's not going to stop pursuing you, right? A man who's not going to disappear because he's truly right for you. So the first thing I want you to do when a man isn't contacting you is take your focus off of him completely. I know how difficult it can be to do this because what typically happens when a man stops contacting us is we go right up into our heads, right? We start analyzing the situation or trying to figure out what went wrong. We might start replaying conversations or the last date we had with him, wondering if we did something wrong or if we could have said something differently or done something better. And you really don't want to do that. Blaming yourself or beating yourself up is just not going to help you at all here. What you want to do is take your focus off of any man whose energy is not coming towards you right now. It's really important. I hear from so many women who think they're leaning back into their feminine energy, but they're actually not. They're actually leaning forward mentally by obsessing about a man who's not contacting her right now, or just constantly thinking about him and trying to figure out what's going on with him. And when you're doing that, you're leaning forward in a mental, energetic way. And leaning forward mentally like that by thinking about a man constantly or obsessing about him when his energy is not coming towards you right now can actually keep him at arm's length, believe it or not. There's like this pathway between the two of you that's full of all of this resistance. So one of the best things you can do in this situation where a man isn't contacting you right now is take all of that energy and attention and focus off of him and put it on yourself and your own life where it belongs. The second thing I want you to do in this situation where a man isn't contacting you right now is retrain your brain to focus on what's right in front of you only. This is so important. Like I said in step 1, it can be so easy to constantly think about a man and analyze what's going on with him and try to figure him out, especially when he's not right in front of us or not contacting us, right? One of the best things you can do in this situation where a man's energy isn't coming towards you right now is refocus all of your energy and attention and basically create new neural pathways where you train yourself to focus on what's right in front of you only. So what's right in front of you right now that you can focus on that has nothing to do with this man or the relationship? This could be something creative like drawing or painting or writing. It could be something physical like going outside for a run or calling up a girlfriend and going on a hike, maybe going to the gym or a yoga class, or it could be some project you're working on. Maybe you have your own business or you're looking to start your own business. It could be something really simple, just like editing photos on your phone or cleaning out your purse or doing something different with your hair and makeup. Anything that absorbs your energy and attention where time can just go by and you don't even notice. Anything like that is great. So when you retrain your brain to focus on what's right in front of you only, it actually makes you incredibly magnetic and attractive, not just to this one man, but to all men everywhere. It helps you take your focus off of any man who is not contacting you or whose energy is not coming towards you right now and put that focus on yourself and your own life. Often that's all you need to do to get this man's energy coming back towards you. Women who start to do this often tell me that ex-boyfriends start popping out of the woodworks and men who they haven't heard from in a while will start texting them or calling. So I'd love to hear from you. Let me know what happens when you put these steps into practice. The last thing I want you to do when a man isn't contacting you right now is let yourself be bored with this lack of momentum. This is really one of the most important things I could ever share with you. It's this little mindset shift that can really start to turn everything around for you in your love life. So you don't want to have this huge emotional charge around this situation. And like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I know this can be really painful and frustrating, and it can stir up a lot of emotions in us as women, especially anxiety and urgency. I've certainly been there myself. And you want to feel those things. You don't want to stuff those feelings down. You really want to feel them. And after you let yourself feel them, what happens is you'll start to feel bored with any man who's not stepping up and pursuing you or doing what he's supposed to be doing in the relationship. So once you love and embrace and accept all of these feelings that are coming up in you and you really let yourself feel them, what starts to happen is you kind of start to get bored with any man who's not stepping up and pursuing you or who's not doing what he's supposed to be doing in the relationship. And that's exactly what you want to have happen. You want to let it be boring. You don't want to have this huge emotional charge around it and have all this energy around it, because what happens is when you have a lot of energy around a specific situation like this in your love life, you tend to attract it over and over. So if you're stuck in anger and frustration, or maybe discouragement, or feeling frustrated and hopeless, and you don't let yourself feel those things, you just kind of like want to dump this guy and move on to the next guy. I've seen this happen so often. What happens is you just keep attracting these same experiences over and over and over. So you really want to remove that emotional charge. And from my experience, you do that by letting yourself feel those feelings and just really pour love all over them. And don't condemn yourself for having feelings for a man who's not contacting you right now. Just let yourself feel everything that's coming up in you. And then what happens is you'll start to get bored. And that's exactly what you want to have happen. So what happens is when you start to get bored with any man who's not stepping up and doing what he's supposed to do in the relationship, or who's not pursuing you and contacting you consistently if you're in the early stages of dating, that man will either step up and start contacting you and start pursuing you consistently, especially if you've done steps 1 and 2, or you'll truly lose interest in him. And that's my hope for you, is that you'll truly, authentically get bored and lose interest in any man who's not consistently contacting you and pursuing you and showing you with his actions, not just his words, but his masculine action towards you, that he's interested and that he's serious about building a relationship with you. So to recap, the 3 things I want you to do when a man isn't contacting you right now is, number 1, take your focus off of him completely. Number 2, retrain yourself to only focus on what's right in front of you. Take all the energy and attention and focus that you have on this man right now and put it on yourself and your own life, and use it to work on something that's really meaningful to you. And finally, let yourself get bored with this lack of momentum. Let yourself get bored with any man who's not showing you that he's serious and that he wants to move things forward. So let me know your thoughts and experiences with this down below in the comment section. I always love hearing from you guys. And if you're looking to attract a really high quality man and inspire him to pursue you throughout the course of your whole relationship, check out my 3 keys to attract the man you want report and audio training. It's free on my website, helenahartcoaching.com. I'll post a link to that. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time.